the Chi-Town experience on the flight. Let me go tune in to Keek on the mic. He gon' make sure we get our news and highlights. When you get on YouTube, you better hit the like.
The trade buzz for this key player on the Chicago Bears is much more serious than we originally thought. Hey, what's going on, Bears fans? Thank you so much for joining me for another episode of Keek on the Mic, the podcast all about the Chicago Bears. As always, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. So, Bears fans, I have something that I want to report to you guys on today's episode of Keek on the Mic, and it's in regard to some trade buzz that's been going around in regard to wide receiver DJ Moore. I know that we've talked about the trade buzz surrounding DJ Moore and the Chicago Bears, and maybe Ryan Poles, I'm thinking about, trading him away. But we all know that's not the case, even though they, have Rome Odunze, even though they drafted Luther Burden, Colston Loveland, Cole Kmet, DJ Moore is still going to be a huge piece with Ben Johnson, Caleb Williams here in Chicago. But we can all agree that something weird has been going on with Moore. When you look back to last season, he did take a slight dip in numbers. It wasn't anything crazy. But the real reason is it wasn't because of his ability, but the real reason why people were looking at DJ Moore was the disconnect that he had with quarterback Caleb Williams. Once again, DJ Moore, and I know I'm kind of backtracking here, DJ Moore did come out and show his support for Justin Fields and wanting to keep Fields and encourage the Chicago Bears to keep him. And some fear that the loyalty to Justin Fields would ruin that connection with his new quarterback in Caleb Williams. And people are starting to wonder the reason why this trade buzz was coming around DJ Moore was if he was becoming a locker room problem. And Jeff Hughes of the Bears blog actually wrote a article talking about the scenario of DJ Moore possibly being traded and talked around the league of people he knows. And people don't believe that ever got to the point where DJ Moore was becoming a locker room issue. It was just basically about him not understanding growing pains of a rookie quarterback. You have to understand that DJ Moore has played with veteran quarterbacks his entire career. So I think it was just really something new for him to basically start all over and play with a rookie quarterback here in Chicago. But here's the interesting part about the whole DJ Moore trade buzz. I know that people like me, I know people, other Chicago Bears content creators shut down, the trade idea and the trade buzz surrounding DJ Moore. But once again, Jeff Hughes of the Bears blog made it very clear that Chicago has already been receiving calls about the availability of wide receiver DJ Moore. He had this to say, Bears fans. What's up with DJ Moore? This is the most important season of his career. He has to buy into what Ben preaches, because if he doesn't, they'll move on. Multiple teams have called about him, but the Bears weren't even listening. Once again, Bears fans, this doesn't surprise me whatsoever. I know that DJ Moore is safe for this season, but when you look at what Ryan Poles did this offseason, it kind of gave the Bears the reassurance just in case, once again, if DJ Moore comes out and we still see that, slight disconnect between Caleb Williams and DJ Moore, and they don't take a step forward this year with the chemistry, especially under Ben Johnson, the guy that's going to use DJ Moore in the right way. And DJ Moore should have a really big year in the Chicago Bears offense under Ben Johnson. But by Ryan Poles this offseason going out and drafting a Luther Burden, for example, a lot of people are calling Luther Burden a DJ Moore 2.0, a guy that has massive yak ability, a guy that's hard to bring down after the catch, much like DJ Moore has massive yak ability, a guy that's tough to bring down after the catch. If Luther Burden comes out and shocks, shocks the NFL and, is really a valuable piece to the Chicago Bears offense, and you see a better chemistry and connection on and off the field with Luther Burden and Caleb Williams, and of course you have Rome Odunze. If he takes the next step in year two, Colston Loveland, Cole Kmet, there could be a possibility if DJ Moore does not lock in that the Chicago Bears could possibly trade DJ Moore away after this season. And here's the thing. I don't think that's the case. I think Ryan Poles absolutely loves DJ Moore. I think Ben Johnson and this coaching staff understands what DJ Moore can bring to this offense. To me, he's probably one of the most underrated receivers in the National Football League. I am pretty sure Ben Johnson has a plan for DJ Moore. He just signed his extension last year, and that contract runs through the 2028 season. So the Chicago Bears obviously don't have no plans in trading DJ Moore away. But I do find it interesting that all that time when we were shutting down that buzz of DJ Moore possibly being traded, the buzz was actually true. And it doesn't shock me whatsoever that teams were actually calling, especially after what the Bears did this offseason by adding a couple of veteran receivers. And obviously they're not DJ Moore. And they also added Luther Burden and Colson Loveland, two other weapons. I'm on the outside for Caleb Williams. And once again, I did see the disconnect here and there between Williams and Moore. I did see DJ Moore getting frustrated on multiple occasions on live TV. And I know it pissed off a lot of Bears fans, but when you're looking at DJ Moore's perspective, it probably is frustrating for him, to basically start all over with the rookie quarterback. Once again, he has to remain professional. He has to understand that Caleb Williams needs him, because even though we have Rome Odunze, I could still see DJ Moore being Caleb Williams, one of his top options, if not the top option for Caleb Williams this season. So not shocking at all that teams were knocking on the door about the availability of DJ Moore. Really good wide receiver in the NFL. But like I said, the Bears literally just extended him. I'm pretty sure Ben Johnson has big plans for DJ Moore in this for this offense this season. And I'm pretty sure Moore is in store for a huge season, not statistically, but also giving Caleb Williams a huge option to throw to in Ben Johnson's offense, and he's under contract through the 2028 season. So Bears fans, let me know in your perspective, if teams were actually calling about DJ Moore, do you think it's smart for the Chicago Bears not to listen, or do you think they should actually hear them out? I personally think that's dumb. I'm glad that they, shut it down and they weren't listening to any offers, and they're just going to wait until next season to reevaluate. Once again, if DJ Moore doesn't lock in, we're still seeing the same issues, and Luther Burden and Colson Loveland come out in the rookie year and play well, then yes, we can re-entertain the idea of DJ Moore possibly being traded away as soon as next offseason. But let me know down below how you're feeling about all this DJ Moore trade buzz. But other than that, make sure you guys continue to hit that subscribe button and the notification to catch all Bears content right here on the podcast. Make sure you follow me on all my social media platforms, and make sure you share this episode of Keek on the Mic with every single Bears fan that you know. But other than that, be back for our all-new Bears podcast right here on Keek on the Mic. Thanks, guys, and as always, bear down.
You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the Mic. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the Mic. You can go and subscribe, cause I be on it right. You ain't bout it, you ain't bout it, you ain't Keek on the Mic.